Hello everybody, and welcome to any new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. Here we are again on another model which has been finished, but this time I must admit it's only 99% finished, because my big plan to use guitar strings to brace as bracing wires is on shelf, in shelves at the moment, because I'm stupid enough not to make any anchor points for any potential bracing, so this is really going to be an ongoing project, I think. Come this far, but something to have a break from it and come back to it during the year, I think. So there we are, Matchbox 132 scale de Havilland Tiger Moth. It's pre-war or wartime training livery. You got the early gas patch on here, which you got a lot of the early wartime training aircraft. It's supposed to change colour if there's any poison gas in the area. I think that's what they're for. Some usually have them on the wings as well. Good kit for its time. I think its time was the 1970s, but it's a second-hand kit I'm finishing off for a friend, so not all of it is my work. I didn't do the bottom wings except for the ailerons. I think he took some of the parts apart as well. I had to make a replacement part there for this door, which I've lost somewhere in my modelling room. So I've used a bit of plastic card, bent it and added extra detail on it. So that's standing until I find the other one. Don't know if you can see there, if I was lighting. I need a torch or something to show you. But anyway, there's a, there we are, you might see there. Straps made of Tamiya tape, as usual. And a bit of PVA to stick the windscreen on, painted with a bit of silver paint. The decals, for their age, have done really well. I don't know if that was because the paint was smooth because it was a thin coat, but there's no silvering to speak of really. Probably is, there's a silvering left, you can see there, but as far as straight on, for their age, they're pretty good. Slightly creamy for the weight, but like I say, they're very old decals. This kit was bought, I imagine, about 30 or 40 years ago. Probably 30 years ago, let's be generous, because the box was about that generation. Anyway, I've put a bit of Humbrol brass or metal coat for these things which go in the tank. I've glossed the tank to make a bit of a silver effect. The rest of it is just matte. The disappointment with the registration of some of the writing wooden stencils, I suppose you could call them. I've left the propeller as a loose fit because it's easy for moving and stop it being damaged, and I couldn't, because it's been disassembled before it was given to me, in as far as he got, I couldn't really put the propeller on back as it would have been if it had been a new kit. Various parts I've stuck on with PVA, a little bit of filler there and there where the centre struts match the wings, a little bit of silver paint for the step onto the tyre, then the wing, then there, and onto the top to do the filling of the petrol, or gasoline as you want to call it. Quite a nice, like I said, quite a nice kit. I've got the engine in a, careful what I do, in a loose fit snap-on. Instead of mounting it in position, I've just got it so I can pull it off and put it back on again, so I can reveal the engine if I want to. What else? Yeah, some of those, I put the oil one, stupid of me, put that one there and the petrol one on there. I thought, when I went to put that one on there, I thought, oh no, I put them on the wrong way around. But I managed to wet it again and get it off with a scalpel. And the only detail I have done, which is not part of the kit, is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this is going to be a remarkable thing for the camera to test. Can you see the control wires? I've started to put control cables to approximately holes where they would go in for the elevators. They're quite loose, easy line, but I've got them on a piece of tammy tape painted brown to represent like a leather or running guard for the tail, the elevator. And I've got them on one below as well. See? So what I did, I had a bit of tape. First of all, I glued them in there, the holes, which I drilled. And then I had a bit of tape holding it in place, put a PVA there, and clipped off the edge when it was dry. Now, since we're in this part of the kit, you'll be able to see the tail skid. Oh, there we are, if we get in the shot. Tail skid I've had to fix twice already, because, let's go back down to the table again, and that's why I've got this paint pot here. Back to the table again. I've got that so it doesn't go on the floor, but on the floor. You can tell I don't have a script, I make it up as I go along. That's the unique style I've got in my videos. It's dropped from like that, sort of dropped it on the tail skid hard, and it just didn't have the strength with the weight of the kit and the thinness of the skid itself. So I've been storing it on a bit of pot to relieve the weight, but just while I'm making the video, let's see if I can hold its strength up on here. Let's see if I can hold itself up. Right, there we are. It's there now. So as long as I'm very gentle with it, and wherever I put it, eventually, I have to be very careful. If we zoom in here, not to stress the tail skid, which, as I say, because I've zoomed up, it doesn't go focus in the same. Right. There we go. Put there we are. That's more or less. Bit of painting, usual for the spring. Anyway, that's basically it for the kit so far. I'm going to leave it now for move on to another kit and see what I can think of as a solution for rigging it one day. Put a little bit of wear there. I haven't weathered it too much, but I've put some. Can you see it from there? There we are, on the foot walkway. I've modelled it with the front position with the doors up, and the rear position where the main pilot would probably go when he's not training somebody in that part. Because the two times I've flown in a Tiger Moth, was the pilot was in the back and the student was in the front. I wasn't a student, but I was there for the ride and paid for the ride, and I stood in the front, sat in the front, grabbed the struts there, both sides, lower yourself in, and there we are. Bob's your auntie's husband, as I say. Quite good detail in the cockpit, pre-done for me by the previous owner. What else can I say about it? Oh yeah, This, excuse me, tricky to show you. There we are. This part here, this head bump rest thingy, that's made out of plasticine, which I had to make because I dropped the original one of these in the greenhouse. Because at the time I was doing my modelling in the greenhouse, it's too cold indoors to have the window open. So that's moulded plasticine, sculpted plasticine with a bit of paint over it. But I won't touch it much because it's the sort of plasticine which doesn't go hard, really. So I'm not going to, a bit delicate. So there we are, a bit delicate than it would have been otherwise. If I put it like this, remember to put that under there for safety's sake. And there we go. The 132 scale. To have, see, that's how easy it is, and that's why we've broken it twice. Have I broken it again for the 3rd time? Yes, I've broken it again. Congratulations on video, folks. You saw it here first. There's always a delicate part of models, isn't it? No, I don't even know if there it is. There is your Achilles tail skid. Can I get it focused in? There we go. Come on, you get. Come on. Anyway, the Achilles tail skid of this kit. Doesn't want to be finished, does it, this kit? But the video does, so I'm going to leave it there, and thank you for watching. Sorry if you were bored, but sometimes that happens. You've seen the dramatic end to the tail skid of this kit. Alright, bye bye.